My point is, I can't win over there because I don't play. I don't
Mm.
participate. Like, you can't buy me, not because I'm.
My point is I can't prevail upon there 'cause I don't play. I don't take part, like you can't get me not on the grounds that I'm not available to be purchased. You can't get me 'cause I'm not in the store. He just eat that he expressed nothing about any these white young men. None of these white young men like that feline, was discussing the other, yet not tied in with anything did to him. Race isn't where the line is drawn, it's God's side. And the opposite side recollect how some time ago, Dave Chappelle used to ridicule Diddy all the time on Chappelle's show. Well, quick forward to now. And there are these bits of hearsay zooming around about Dave conceivably exchanging sides and cozying up with every one of these obscure industry characters that he used to reprimand, very much like Feline Williams Dave, used to be tied in with getting down on the business elites. Yet presently it resembles he's evading the main problems. And surprisingly, his stand-up schedules are not hitting like they used to. Individuals are saying he is depending on shameful moves in his jokes punching down and singling out obvious objectives. Yet stand by there's more show. Dave was spotted spending time with Diddy presently under the watchful eye of Cassie. Dropped her claim back in November. Thus far, Dave hasn't said a peep regarding Diddy's new embarrassments. Fans are feeling let down with this enormous change from Dave being all blunt about the clouded side of the business. And a ton of people are scratching their heads about why Dave is out of nowhere companions with Diddy. Well, it seems to be Feline Williams had to remark pretty much all of this, so we should get into it. It was simply to consider individuals responsible that weren't being considered responsible, In all positions, there's a few responsibility, and part of the cash that you make is the way well you can deal with that. Like they can't give you a football contract that says you won't pull some so. I'm certain you've all seen Feline's viral meeting on Club Shay, where he discussed Dave Chappelle turning down that $50 million arrangement from Fun Times TV. Feline uncovered that he needed to turn down some large cash bargains, too, in light of surprises. And he even raised Diddy, implying that perhaps the arrangements Diddy's tossing around have comparable qualities. Dave Chappelle left $50 million. You said it was more recount. In question, that is correct. I would allow you to tell it no, you're your best. I believe you should tell it you truly are the best, you demonstrating it here today. As much as, and until you comprehend what befell the buddy, you don't see what happened, like no not they offered him $50 million. And he turned it down. You're going to turn down $50 million. Currently, I've needed to turn down $50 million 4 times, multiple times, just to safeguard my respectability in that virgin opening. I was enlightening you concerning cuz P. Diddy be needing the party, and you got to let him know. No, you got to let him know. No, I got the receipts for all that I'm explaining to you. That is the reason I can say them. So I want currently, here's a wind. While Feline gave Dave Chappelle props, turns out Dave wasn't sensing the affection. As a matter of fact, he went off on Feline during a new stand-up gig and called him out for uncovering individual dark comics. Yet before we get into that, how about we first discussion about Dave Chappelle's unforeseen sentiment? With Diddy, word on the road is that Dave and Diddy are tight now, and fans are causing a commotion, particularly on the grounds that once upon a time on the Chappelle show Dave used to make fun of Diddy here, terrible kid craftsman. Here yet to do it first, you all got to stroll to Sovereigns and give me a sugar treat gangs with the other two, like our yearly photograph flip. Gracious, damn gracious little ass teeth. Got dolphin teeth, send an entire teeth. He generally says he doesn't believe anybody should see him sparkle. Yet the looks glossy to me. He looks like Malcolm X before switched over completely to Islam. So on the grounds that Dave used to jokester Diddy, all the time fans were normally inquisitive to hear what Dave would agree. That pretty much this large number of charges twirling around about Diddy, another explanation. Everybody was anxious to hear from Dave about Diddy's circumstance, is on the grounds that Dave used to be extremely straightforward about the obscure things occurring in Hollywood. not long after Dave turned down that tremendous $50 million arrangement from Good Times TV and disappeared to Africa. He went on The Oprah Show and clarified that he wasn't dumping the money. Yet the wide range of various insane things that accompany the distinction in fortune at that level fund tomfoolery. I'm happy you're here. Everyone needs to know, why'd you leave $50 million? Well, I wasn't leaving the cash, better believe it. I was leaving the conditions, How that were accompanying the newly discovered level, better believe it. And I've heard the narratives, mum, of what occurs, and I've seen these sorts of things work out before me. When you say you heard the accounts, what do you really intend? What stories? I mean, see before. Look, Mary Vehicle made a $100 million arrangement. And after 90 days, she's out of nowhere, bafflingly crazier. Martin Lawrence punches through. And he's waving a weapon on the road, shouting they're attempting to, no doubt. Definitely we hear those accounts. And it generally occurs around the hour of their vocation, where it appears like they're getting over the course of the following level. Definitely better believe it would you say you flew off the handle kind of. No, not precisely, essentially said that he wasn't keen on arriving at the top. Since when you have that much cash, individuals have a personal stake in controlling. You can see it now. With Diddy's wreck unfurling, it appears as though there are significantly greater players above him, calling the shots, most likely in light of the fact that they're stirred up in the very obscure things. And that is the reason Canny referenced Diddy, saying how celebs get extorted and controlled by their mannequin experts. And this reality will be heard. I can't send none of you all meat plants, eye puffies, eye little boos, none of these names, none of these individuals that had to pay attention to you. All since they're managing, they have legitimate. I never no one right. I'm the that never killed no one right, except for that implies I can express what I might be thinking and not go to prison now. When Canny fired things up with his discussion about individuals who control media outlets, Dave burned through no time, bouncing into the discussion. Truth be told, his entire SNL discourse was basically about Canny, other than that Dave's been vocal before about how the big cheeses in the business, similar ones, did he's evidently associated with, attempted to make his things happen and screw with his profession. He even indicated once that to arrive at the top levels of popularity, you need to do a few obnoxious things for the people managing everything. And he didn't mean metaphorically. When I required 12 years off, and you put me right back on top. When I returned, I was unable to thank you enough. You have kept me free. I have not needed to do what so many of my associates need to do due to you. I have no clue about what Dick's tastes like. So normally when this dramatization with Diddy exploded, fans were trusting that Dave will show up. Diddy's been blamed for taking advantage of individuals of color in the business for a really long time. And with the assistance of his higher-ups, you'd think somebody like Dave Chappelle would have a comment about it. Yet since Cassie recorded that claim against Diddy, Dave's been radio quiet currently. No one's anticipating that Dave should drop a conventional assertion